Hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting video where we explore the fascinating world of valuable US coins. Today we're diving into a truly interesting coin that many people might overlook in their pocket change. It's not just an ordinary coin. It carries history, mystery, and the potential to be incredibly valuable. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and the stories behind historic American currency, you're definitely in the right place. From the iconic word liberty to the powerful motto "In God We Trust," and the historic phrase "E pluribus unum," U.S. coins are filled with meaning and rich heritage that collectors around the world admire. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at a unique United States coin that could surprise many collectors. Some rare varieties and mint marks, especially the famous D mint mark, have caught the attention of collectors because certain versions can be worth far more than their face value. So stay tuned as we uncover the details, history, and collector value behind this amazing US coin. You might even discover that a simple coin in your collection could be more valuable than you ever imagined. Let's get started and explore the incredible world of valuable US coins. The story of the 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny begins in the fascinating world of American coin collecting, where even a tiny 1-cent coin can carry a history and value far beyond its face value. The famous Lincoln Wheat penny is one of the most recognized coins in American history, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. After the end of World War II, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies in 1946, but hidden among these ordinary coins are rare varieties and high-grade specimens that collectors today are willing to pay astonishing amounts of money for. For coin collectors and treasure hunters, discovering a 1946 wheat penny in exceptional condition can feel like uncovering a small piece of history that might be worth far more than anyone expects. What makes the 1946 wheat penny especially exciting for collectors is the possibility of mint marks and rare conditions that dramatically increase its value. These coins were minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia version carries no mint mark, while the Denver version shows a small D, and the San Francisco version displays an S beneath the date. Coins produced at the United States Mint in Denver and San Francisco often attract strong collector interest, especially when they appear in brilliant, uncirculated condition. While millions were produced, only a tiny fraction have survived in near-perfect state, and those rare examples can command impressive prices in the collector's market. Another factor that makes certain 1946 wheat pennies incredibly valuable is the presence of minting errors. Error coins have always fascinated collectors because they are accidental pieces of history created during the minting process. A wheat penny with doubled letters, off-center strikes, or unusual die varieties can be worth significantly more than a standard coin. Even small details such as sharp lettering in Liberty, a strong strike on Lincoln's portrait, and fully visible wheat lines on the reverse can greatly increase the desirability of a coin. In the competitive world of coin collecting, tiny details can mean the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Condition is another powerful factor that determines the value of these historic pennies. Coins are graded on a scale that measures how well they have been preserved since the day they were minted. A coin that circulated in everyday pocket change for decades will show wear, scratches, and fading details, making it relatively common. However, a wheat penny that has remained in pristine condition for more than 70 years can become extremely valuable. Professional grading companies carefully examine these coins and assign them a grade, and the higher the grade, the more collectors are willing to pay. Some high-grade 1946 pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. The excitement surrounding rare pennies often leads collectors to search through old coin jars, piggy banks, and inherited collections. Many people do not realize that a small copper coin sitting unnoticed in a drawer might hold surprising value. Stories circulate among collectors about individuals who discovered rare wheat pennies in everyday change, proving that hidden treasures can sometimes appear in the most unexpected places. Because the wheat penny series is so popular, collectors around the world continue to search for these coins, hoping to uncover a rare variety that others have overlooked. The fascination with wheat pennies also connects to the broader history of American coinage. The design introduced in 1909 honored the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and became one of the most iconic coin designs ever created. For nearly 50 years, the wheat reverse symbolized American agriculture and prosperity before it was replaced in 1959 with the Lincoln Memorial design. Because of this historical significance, collectors often view wheat pennies not only as valuable collectibles, but also as small artifacts representing an important period in American history. Even though most 1946 wheat pennies are worth only a modest amount, rare examples in exceptional condition can surprise collectors with their value. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional services can sell for impressive prices because so few have survived in such pristine state. When collectors compete for these rare coins at auctions, the prices can climb rapidly, reflecting the strong demand for historic American coinage. For dedicated coin enthusiasts, finding a high-grade wheat penny is both a financial opportunity and a thrilling moment of discovery. For anyone interested in coin collecting, the key lesson is simple. Never ignore old coins. A small copper penny may appear ordinary, but its age, condition, mint mark, and rarity can transform it into something extraordinary. If you ever come across a 1946 Lincoln wheat penny, it may be worth taking a closer look before spending it. Hidden within that tiny piece of copper could be a valuable collectible that connects you to history and, in some rare cases, could even be worth far more than its humble 1-cent face value. The story of the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny is one that fascinates coin collectors all around the world. At first glance, this small copper coin might seem ordinary, something that could easily be overlooked in a pocket of loose change. But hidden within certain rare examples of the 1952 wheat penny is a surprising and sometimes unbelievable value that has captured the attention of collectors and treasure hunters for decades. Minted in the United States during the era of the famous Lincoln wheat design, this coin carries the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front with the iconic wheat ears on the reverse. While millions of these coins were produced, a few rare varieties and exceptional condition pieces have become extremely valuable in today's collector market. One of the most exciting things about the 1952 wheat penny is that some versions were minted with unique characteristics that collectors actively search for. Coins struck at different mints, such as those with the D mint mark from Denver or the S mint mark from San Francisco, can have very different levels of rarity. Even more fascinating are coins with minting errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metal composition variations. These rare errors can transform an ordinary 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. In auctions and private sales, some of these rare varieties have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition and rarity. Condition plays a massive role in determining the value of any wheat penny, especially the 1952 issue. Coins that have been preserved in near-perfect condition are far more valuable than those that circulated heavily. Professional grading services carefully examine factors such as luster, surface marks, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. A 1952 wheat penny graded in mint state condition can command prices that surprise many people who assume pennies are worth only 1 cent. Some high-grade examples have sold for impressive amounts because collectors compete intensely to add the finest coins to their collections. Another reason the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny has gained attention is the growing popularity of coin collecting across the world. Many collectors love the wheat penny series because it represents an important era in American history, spanning from 1909 to 1958. Each coin tells a story of its time, reflecting the economic and cultural conditions of the United States during the mid-20th century. The 1952 issue stands right in the middle of this historic period, making it an important part of the series that many collectors want to complete in their albums. What makes this coin even more exciting is the possibility that valuable pieces may still be hiding in old jars, coin rolls, or inherited collections. Many people unknowingly hold onto wheat pennies without realizing their potential worth. Over the years, stories have surfaced of collectors discovering rare wheat pennies in everyday change or inside forgotten coin boxes. These discoveries create a sense of treasure hunting that makes coin collecting thrilling and unpredictable. It's also important to understand that rarity and demand drive the coin market. While billions of pennies have been produced in American history, collectors are always searching for the rarest examples with the best preservation. The 1952 wheat penny becomes especially desirable when it features unusual minting errors, or when it has survived in brilliant uncirculated condition. When these factors combine, the value of the coin can rise dramatically, sometimes reaching astonishing prices at auctions. For anyone interested in coins, examining wheat pennies carefully can be a rewarding habit. Looking for clear details in Lincoln's portrait, strong wheat stalks on the reverse, and any unusual features or mint marks can reveal hidden treasures. Collectors often use magnifying glasses or microscopes to study coins closely, hoping to spot rare varieties that others may have missed. Even a small difference in the design can make a huge difference in value. The incredible appeal of the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny reminds us that even the smallest objects can hold extraordinary stories and surprising value. What appears to be an ordinary 1-cent coin might actually be a collectible piece of history worth far more than its face value. For collectors and treasure hunters alike, the thrill lies in the possibility that the next coin they examine could be a rare find capable of changing their fortune. That is why wheat pennies continue to capture the imagination of collectors everywhere, proving that sometimes the greatest treasures are hiding in the simplest places. The legendary 1953 Lincoln wheat penny from the United States of America has become one of the most talked about coins among collectors and treasure hunters. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but for serious coin collectors it represents history, rarity, and the thrilling possibility of discovering a hidden fortune. The iconic wheat ears on the reverse design and the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front make this coin a timeless symbol of American heritage. Millions of people once used these pennies in everyday transactions, but today certain rare varieties can command astonishing prices in the collector's market. The Lincoln wheat penny series was minted from 1909 to 1958 and remains one of the most beloved coin series ever produced in the United States. These coins were designed by Victor David Brenner, whose portrait of Abraham Lincoln became the first real historical figure ever placed on a circulating U.S. coin. By 1953, wheat pennies had already become a familiar sight in American pockets. However, coins minted in Denver Mint and marked with the famous D mint mark sometimes show unique characteristics that collectors carefully search for today. What makes the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny so fascinating is that some examples possess rare minting errors and exceptional preservation quality. While millions were produced, only a tiny number remain in pristine condition or feature unusual details such as doubled lettering, strong mint luster, or rare die varieties. When a coin with these features appears in the market, collectors immediately compete to own it. High-grade examples that look almost brand new can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, turning a simple penny into a surprising treasure. The excitement grows even more when collectors compare wheat pennies to other famous American coins like the legendary 1776 to 1976 bicentennial coins, created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States. These coins, including special quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins, captured the spirit of American independence and history. Although most bicentennial coins are common, certain rare varieties and error coins have become extremely valuable, sometimes selling for extraordinary amounts to collectors who appreciate their historical importance. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It is a journey into the past. Every coin tells a story about the era in which it was created, the economy of the time, and the people who used it in everyday life. When you hold a wheat penny from 1953, you are holding a small piece of history that has traveled through decades. For collectors, the thrill lies in examining every detail, from the shine of the metal to the tiny mint mark, hoping to discover something rare and extraordinary. In today's collector's market, demand for rare wheat pennies continues to grow. Professional grading services carefully evaluate the condition of coins, assigning grades that can dramatically increase their value. A well-preserved 1953 Lincoln wheat penny graded in mint state condition can attract serious collectors willing to pay impressive prices. Auctions around the world often showcase these coins, and when a particularly beautiful specimen appears, bidding can quickly rise as collectors compete for ownership. Many treasure hunters believe that valuable coins might still be hiding in old collections, piggy banks, and forgotten drawers. Because wheat pennies circulated for decades, it is entirely possible that rare examples remain undiscovered. This possibility fuels the excitement of coin collecting, encouraging people to carefully check every old coin they find. Sometimes a coin that looks ordinary at first glance can turn out to be surprisingly valuable. So if you ever come across an old 1953 Lincoln wheat penny, take a closer look before spending it. That small copper coin could carry far more value than its 1 cent face value. With the right condition, rarity, and collector demand, it might become a prized collectible worth a significant amount of money. For collectors and enthusiasts, coins like these prove that hidden treasures can still exist in the most unexpected places, waiting for someone with a keen eye to discover them. The legendary 1955 double-die Lincoln wheat penny. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 1 cent coin, yet this tiny piece of copper has become one of the most famous error coins in American history. Minted during the era of the classic Lincoln wheat penny series, this coin shocked collectors when a dramatic doubling error appeared on the front design. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date, appear boldly doubled, making the coin instantly recognizable. Because of this striking mistake, collectors around the world begin searching through pocket change, hoping to discover a treasure that could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The story begins at the United States Mint, where a misalignment during the die creation process caused the design to be stamped twice at slightly different angles. This error created the famous double die effect that made the coin so desirable. Although the famous double die variety is usually associated with the Philadelphia Mint, many collectors also search intensely for the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny struck at the Denver Mint, because rare high-grade examples from Denver can still command impressive prices. In the world of numismatics, mint marks such as D for Denver can significantly influence a coin's rarity and value, especially when preserved in exceptional condition. What makes the 1955 wheat penny so extraordinary is not just its age, but the dramatic visual doubling that appears clearly without magnification. Unlike many minor mint errors, the letters on this coin seem almost shadowed, as if the design were stamped twice. When the error was first discovered in circulation during the 1950s, collectors quickly realized that it was something special. People began saving these pennies, pulling them from rolls of coins and bank bags, and over time the coin gained legendary status among enthusiasts of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. As decades passed, the value of these rare pennies skyrocketed. A well-preserved example of the 1955 double-die Lincoln wheat penny can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, and the finest certified specimens have reached astonishing prices at major auctions. In pristine condition, some examples have been valued at over $100,000 depending on grading and rarity. The difference between an ordinary circulated coin and a perfectly preserved specimen can mean the difference between a few $100s and a life-changing amount of money. Collectors also examine other details when determining the value of a 1955 penny. The condition of the coin, known as its grade, is critical. Coins graded mint state by professional grading companies often bring dramatically higher prices than worn examples. Even the color of the copper, whether it appears red, red-brown, or brown, can affect value. A bright red coin that looks almost brand new is far rarer than one that has darkened over time, making it especially desirable for serious collectors. Another reason these coins generate so much excitement is that they can still occasionally be discovered in old collections, coin jars, or inherited boxes of pennies. Many people unknowingly possess rare coins without realizing their potential value. Stories continue to surface of lucky individuals who discovered valuable wheat pennies while searching through old rolls from banks or sorting coins passed down from relatives. These discoveries fuel the dream that anyone could uncover a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. However, identifying a truly valuable coin requires careful inspection. Counterfeits and altered coins exist, so serious collectors often rely on professional grading services to authenticate and evaluate their coins. Experts examine the doubling, the mint mark, the strike quality, and the preservation of the surface before assigning an official grade. This certification not only protects buyers and sellers, but also ensures that the coin's true value is recognized in the marketplace. In the fascinating world of rare coins, the 1955 wheat penny remains one of the most thrilling discoveries a collector can make. Its dramatic minting error, historical significance, and incredible market value have turned a humble 1-cent coin into a legendary treasure. If you ever come across an old wheat penny while searching through coins, take a moment to examine it carefully, because hidden among ordinary change could be a rare piece of history capable of transforming a simple penny into an extra word.